Welcome back to the new professional StarCraft 2, a best-of-5 Terran versus Zerg that I think is not an unlikely global championship this year. No, we're not there yet, but I'm proud to introduce the Italian Stallion, the Zerg player in the red. It's Reynor, the fastest player in StarCraft 2, but can he keep up with the most micro-intensive Terran? He's been on a tear. And lately, it seems almost unstoppable. It's Micro Jackson. It's ByuN. Yes, for the AlphaX Red Cross Cup for charity, these two are going to murder each other. Who's going to come out on top? Honestly, right now, ByuN is actually ranked slightly higher than Reynor. But Reynor has not been playing in nearly... ByuN plays in more tournament games a day than most players play ladder games in a season. And by that I mean sometimes he averages over like 15. So at some point in, I believe it was December, before Home Story Cup, he was averaging 2.5 tournament matches, not games. So like 7 to 10 games a day. So keeping himself nice and warmed up going into the global finals in just a couple weeks for, of course, on the new patch, Ghost nerf, Creep nerf, Hydra speed buff off creep, Raven changes. You've already heard and seen and done all of it. And it, what? What? Okay, wait. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna need to see some ID. Are we sure? That's he just lost his Reaper to a Queen. Well, that's not supposed to happen. Anyways, that wasn't in the script. But I guess that's going to be helpful for Reynor. Just a little bit of less pressure early, but it's not a big deal. It's just kind of a mental victory more than anything else, as that Reaper doesn't do too much past the early scouting. Hellions to kick things off. Royal Blood. I wouldn't call it a full-on macro map. There are some quirks to it, but almost all the maps in this current and fresh map pool are quite large. I think Neo-Humanity is the standout for still a very large map, just the most non-standard of a very standard pool. Hellions directly into Stim for ByuN. Another crazy part is ByuN manages to find 3 to 5 different build orders that are all at least 10 years old, but still make them work in 2023. He does not stick to the same kind of default cookie-cutter style that a lot of Terrans will. I'm reminded of Innovation back in the day when he was called the Robot because he would literally do the same build 3, 4, even 5 times in a row, up to the point where people were just hard countering his build, and he would still do it and lose, which is... you gotta respect the commitment, I guess. But yes, I miss Innovation. But at least we still have ByuN, who came back after his military service. Oh, the Liberator finds a pretty nice... He's targeting drones. He gets one. Liberator slightly cheaper. I think kind of an underappreciated change so far, but Terrans have definitely been adding in more of those Liberators. 25 gas of a discount ain't bad. And the Raven a little cheaper as well, though ByuN not been using nearly as many of those. Oh, 2 Hellions down. So far, a pretty sloppy start for the Korean Terran. As losing a Reaper, a couple Hellions, Liberator. He's killed 1 Queen, probably with the Liberator, a drone, a handful of creep tumors. It hasn't really worked out for him so far, and Reynor is pushing that creep all the way across. So far, it is looking very good for Reynor as we go into the early mid-game. I call the early mid-game as you get that second tier of tech online, as you get past 50 workers, but you still don't have that many units. Like, your production hasn't quite kicked in yet. And then the mid-game is when we're reaching 150, up towards 200 supply. And then once you're comfortably near that 200 mark is where the late game is. But of course, these are all incredibly subjective and worthy of arguing over. But is there anything else worthy of arguing over? I hope there's no argument about liking this video. I know, it took way too long. Anyways, please like and subscribe. It's so sad it took this long. But Jimmy's going to be very upset. Just like Reynor if he ends up losing all his lings to Hellions. Somehow the Marines, without combat shield, without 1-1, get out of there. The Hellions adding a whole lot. The line of fire, if you would. And well, quite literally, adding a lot of damage onto the Zerglings as they try to get the wraparound on the Marines. And now with 1-1 and combat shield, what was already going pretty well for ByuN, surprisingly so. Do we have... Tell me we have the battle report. Yeah, ByuN killing 22 lings, losing 9 Marines. He's got some Widow Mines. Hellbats have joined the fray. Baneling speed is still a long way off, and the Baneling nest is weirdly exposed. Who puts their Baneling nest there? Anyways, the Widow Mines unburrow in order to potentially re-trigger. That shot doesn't find much. Reynor deals with it. Another mine. Going to be obliterated by the Banes. And now ByuN forced to retreat, but he's going to be able to pick up and get out. Trying to defuse some of these mines. ByuN picks up, and this time heads back towards his main. More factories. A second factory here. 14 Hydralisks for Reynor. ByuN did a lot to clear the creep. Oh no, he hasn't seen the mine! Oh no, it's the unseen mine that is the deadliest. Is it really living up to its name? But that could definitely hurt if it hits the wrong angle, as any Widow Mine can. But the Hydras pop out. Hydra speed, not groovy spines to start. So Hydra speed provides more speed off creep than creepy. Oh my god! Well, Widow Mine. Yeah, well, that went pretty well for him. I think it 6 or so Banes. Those are the ones that didn't attack. 5 Hydras. So far ByuN with a over twice as cost-effective engagement over the last couple battles here. Well, that Widow Mine paying off. So even though on paper tanks are the way to go against Hydras, you still have the Ling Bane to contend with. So, with that in mind, puns intended, with that in mind, ByuN just using the mines to kind of maneuver around as cover makes it much harder for the Ling Bane to chase down the Marines, especially off a creep, when those connections are more consistent. +2/+2 about to complete. Advantage over Reynor here. As ByuN secures his 4th. The key part here, Reynor's sitting at 95 drones. He's had the income. Occasionally mules will dip into that gap, but not for long, as Reynor has been sitting comfortably. The one thing he hasn't done is lose his economy. Ooh, Widow Mine turns the tables there, kills a whole bunch of the Marines, 11 drones down. Though he can afford to lose a few, not too many though. Slurps up the Marines into the main, over the top. Spore crawlers. But a suggestion that those medevacs don't come close. A suggestion that ByuN summarily ignores. Meanwhile, attack on the left flank. Picks up, gets out. ByuN 24 drones. And he just keeps going. God. He gets the medevac, but there were no Marines. And ByuN somehow keeps the pressure on despite getting jammed into such an uncomfortable position. Reynor whittled down to 81 drones, so he's not hurting too badly. But the one key point, he doesn't have a hide. He doesn't have a lurker den. He doesn't have any sort of reliable late-game options right now. So he's just going to have to battle this heads up with Hydra Ling Bane, which means 1 or 2 Widow Mines could really turn the tides. Queen Brenda, no! Well, +1. Does he have ranged attack upgrades? No, groovy spines on the way. The Hydralisk range, but ByuN forces the Banelings to roll up a ramp where he can gun them down one at a time. The Marines in the main. He's everywhere. He's tearing them apart right now. ByuN is maxed out. And Reynor is struggling to put enough on the field. The medevacs may eventually die, but most of the Queens did as well. And concussive shells completes. I was distracted by that on the side, but ByuN is maxed out. Meanwhile, Reynor trying to keep up. He's popping over 700 or so APM, but ByuN not too far behind with his micro as well. Just keeps that production up. Oh my god, look at that spread. I can't believe it's not butter. He spread those Widow Mines like they were Marines. I mean, for everything, honestly, I feel like ByuN just considers all his units Marines with a different skin. He uses them certainly like it. Whether it's Ghosts, Marauders, Widow Mines, tanks, whatever. They're just fancy Marines, expensive Marines, explosive Marines, thick Marines. Sneaky Marine. And there you go. Ghost Academy on the way. Reynor, though, not dead yet. It feels like ByuN's been laying on the pressure, but Reynor has kept up 80 drones. He still doesn't have a hive, as ByuN's about to finish +3 infantry weapons. Banelings closing in towards the main. ByuN forced to pick up and get out, but ByuN rarely has only one option for the attacks. He keeps swinging in. Another attack. Even boosts the medevac to get the mines there a little quicker. Doesn't have drilling claws, kind of surprisingly. He starts it. I think he just realized it there, as they took a little bit too long for him to burrow. Some decent connections. The Banelings closing the distance. Widowmine's not finding too much, but the Marines gun down the Banelings before they can get even remotely close. Drop at the back, but Reynor has kept enough there. Going for the hatch, not finding it here. Widowmine connects. Gonna kill the Overseers, which means no more detection as the mines recharge, and no more ling cover means the Marines and Marauders can close in yet again. And that's not it. Another attack, top left, but Reynor deflects. Reynor continually dipping in supply while ByuN just essentially towing 200. But Reynor still has the reset. The big issue is no hive. He needs hive. You're not going to win a long-term fight against these units without hive tech, without lurkers, without at least like 3/3 and adrenal glands, maybe vipers. It's just not going to work out. ByuN has a medevacs for all policy, and he's not willing to help you out. So, few Lings and Banes, but an even larger Terran army. And look at the mini-map behind this. ByuN has a 4th, a 5th. Command Center 6 and 7 are on the way. Number 8 in the main. His SCV count at 85, which is honestly a little high. But Reynor stabilizes for now. He just started the infestation pit, but how long will it last with 4 more medevacs heading towards the main? And the infestation pit itself is potentially vulnerable. The lair, whatever. 40 supply of bio is just ripping through. Down it goes. That is a huge commitment here from ByuN. Oh, he's trying to get out. Gets 2 medevacs out, but guess what? An attack on the right flank as well. He pulled too many units back to deal with this. And ByuN divides and conquers. 175 supply. Reynor still keeping up, but he lost his lair. So he's gone backwards. He's further from hive than he's been since the lair started. Another couple Widowmines. Drilling claws is done. Splits. Diffuses for now. Widowmine. The medevac. Still enough hydras at the back, but there's a planetary fortress as a backstop here. And plenty more bases. Well, Reynor still has not found the space, time, or resources in order to get that hive. ByuN makes the decision for him. He scans the center, realizes there's a base there. Going to redouble his efforts. 3 mines at a time. He's got +1 mech weapons on the way, so I think he's thinking about tanks. He's wondering where the lurkers are, but then now probably realizing, oh my god, he's doing the Brood War switch. ByuN, this is ByuN's late game now, by the way. The one thing that was missing was kind of that extra late game play. Like, at some point, Zergs will have potentially enough to win a fight and then win the game. Your units are quite fragile, even if they are incredibly microbial. But when you get Blue Flame and upgraded tanks, that opportunity, that window, as well as the Ghost. And he's doing it preemptively. Possibly too preemptive. Like, I think there may have been a window for ByuN to just outright win the game already. He's been putting so much pressure on. He's kept Reynor's tech so low. But instead of a 90% chance of victory now, why not 100% later? We're close to it. As Reynor is holding on with the Hydralisk, the Marauder count is so damn high. 4 more command centers on the way, but triple tank production right now. 4 command centers, a Liberator, and 3 tanks. That's ByuN's late game, alongside that Blue Flame. Oh my god, the mine spread. Oh, there's a dozen mines on the map. We see about 3/4 of them here. Oh my. And he finds an angle on the low ground. There's still that double medevac at the back. The tank line covered by the Widowmines. Oh. Wow, that is a demoralizing. He doesn't have a hive. I keep saying it because it keeps being incredible. Oh, not the lurker den. Oh, come on. Oh, he got the lurk. It was at the back of the natural. And it's gone. So, Lurker Den removed before the hive finished. 5 Vipers on the way. 5 command centers as well. The thing is, by the time the Vipers come out, the Blue Flame Hellbats will be online. Widowmines don't care about Blinding Cloud. Even killing these tanks is going to be insanely costly. Oh, the target fire. Yeah, even when Reynor wins a fight, ByuN takes overall a better trade. Though, I don't... a lot of gas for ByuN lost there. I take it back. A little back. Slightly back. Not all the way back. Just 1 to 2 steps. ByuN is setting up plan. ByuN's late game just looks like a campaign mission. He's got 2 planetaries, 8 orbitals. He's on 15 command centers. He's adding 2 more planetary. It's like 16 command centers. I don't know. Reynor has his half the map. I've never seen 200 supply look so weak. This might be the Zerg Cabal speaking through me, but is it time we gave Zerg a higher supply cap? 7 Lurkers on the way. Planetaries. Every Terra is like, I'm loving what ByuN's doing here, and also Winter, how dare you? At this point, they're both going to make me lower my graphics settings. I'm not used to this many units and this much of the map taken simultaneously. 69 Zerglings, 40 Banelings, Parasitic Bomb here. What are the upgrades on the Hellbats? Still only 2-2. +3 is needed to do for the Hell Chads. The instantly immolating every Zergling that gets close. +3 Hellbats, always one-shot lings. They do quite well if they close the distance on Hydras, too, but... Alright, well, here are the Lurkers. How many ghosts? 8 ghosts to 7 Lurkers. 9 tanks is also quite a relevant portion. Like, what is the objective for Reynor? Where do you go? What is your... What is the objective you try to accomplish? Is the legitimate question here. Do you go for the economy? Do you try to cut off the production? There's planetaries buffering pretty much every angle. High-sec auto-tracking, Neo-Steel armor. The game has slowed down. Reynor has a lot of money. I've been saying this is ByuN's game to lose the whole time. But Reynor's the one with money in the bank. ByuN is spending all his. ByuN builds okay, I've had enough. I just want to say 20 command centers is too many command centers. That's too many, all right? 15, all right. 20, that's too many. I can't, it's too many, it's not worth it. At that point, I just assume it's mineral laundering, okay? It's too many. You can't have 20 command centers. That's too much money spent on commands. I keep going on, but it's just too much. Yeah, he's got 15 and he's building 3 more. A bit of an awkward fight. By the way, there are gold bases on this map that form a mineral wall, which I've never seen taken until this moment. Is okay. Well, he's like, whoa! Right. Okay, so Reynor just attacked his own units. Lurkers don't do splash damage to your own units. Fun fact. He friendly fired his own Zerglings to kill the cloak ghost that he was surrounding. So that was pretty insane, because he didn't have any more detection. That was just kind of a crazy moment in the midst of a ridiculous game. Reynor pretty close to killing his own hatcheries with Vipers. Not that Marauders take very long either way. Reynor has money in the bank. ByuN keeps spending... Stop building commands. Stop it. You don't need more command centers. He's got 20 command centers. It's too many. And here comes Reynor. Well, tanks on every angle. Blinding cloud on everything allows the banelings to roll through. The planetary is the backstop here. picks up what he can. A few banelings, tanks it with the ghosts. One command center may die. So overall, Reynor, ByuN took us about equal trade here. It's a little more gas destroyed for Reynor, but a few more minerals for ByuN. But yeah, you don't have any minerals when you build 20 command centers, ByuN. What are you doing? He's like, I dropped mules, bro. Like, well, yeah, it seems like he did. I stand by the 20 command centers is too many command centers comment, though. Like, are there even 20 bases on the map? Oh my god. ByuN has not touched that hatchery. He's not touched it. Not a single bullet has been fired in that direction, yet that hatchery's at 67 HP. Reynor, just build a few Evo chambers. You have the money. What are you doing? Oh, this game is madness. Reynor over here trying to help ByuN out a bit. And I really thought ByuN was going to put himself in a great position to take the game with his late-game army, but here's Reynor, maxed out again. ByuN wasn't even able to get there. That tank line runs deep, though. The EMPs connect. No blinding clouds besides the first one. A few banelings get through, but the difference between those tanks not being able to fire and unleashing that long-range damage. Oh, that is the difference between, like, 4 and 1 blinding cloud. About 3,000 minerals and 2,000 gas. Well, hatchery finally dies. And suddenly ByuN. Not so suddenly, really, on that hatch. It wasn't very sudden. It was very methodical and quite anticipated. You can't just say sudden words mean things, Winter. Don't build more command centers. What is he doing? Why are you building more? Can you not find a command center anywhere? Stop it. I swear. I don't know what you can't take those to the next game. No, he has 20 commands. I don't know what he's doing. You can't just do that. It doesn't have the money either. It's not like he has the... It doesn't make... He has a problem. ByuN has a lot of habits that are questionable. Except it's like... It's like Steph Curry shooting three-point shots. I'm a sports ball fan. Most people should not just lob up a shot from half court. But, I mean, at some point, you just hand them the ball and see what happens, right? Like, that's ByuN. He's over here. He's building, like, 20... He's building more command centers than there are bases on the map. And you're... Okay, fine. He's not even making them orbitals. They're just, like... That planetary is really racking up the kills. Meanwhile, a whole bunch of banelings. ByuN has 17 ghosts. This is... You may not like it, but this is what late game looks like. He yanks a few tanks in, which is arguably helpful, but they're still shooting. He yanks the tank and it gets into range of the Hydras. Oh, not ideal. This planetary has 46 kills. Ah! What? Oh, the firing squad! Oh, the ghost cloak to get away! He lines up a volley. Oh, just throw the overseers on as well. Why not? The army supply, oh my, there's just ghosts everywhere. I don't know anymore. ByuN, truly, you miss 100% of the ghosts you don't micro or something. I don't know. He's gonna lose many of them, but ghosts are actually pretty tanky against Bane since they aren't light units. Yeah, it takes like 4 banelings to kill them, so. 4 banelings cost 100 gas. A ghost is 125, so it's not a horrible trade. Well, 20 drones are dead. Reynor has nothing. ByuN has no minerals or gas. Like, He's scanning the entire map because 10 orb. Come on, man. Like, I can't tell if he legitimately thinks this is a good idea or he's trolling. And I don't know if it matters. He's still making command centers. He doesn't want to be... you know, this is beyond, like... You know how people... you get clean from making too many Marines? ByuN had a problem where he just microed Marines for too long. This is his solution. If he constantly keeps his minerals close to his gas count, he won't get baited into microing Marines in the late game. Okay, I think this is how he's handling his Marine addiction. This is my conspiracy theory now. The best way to not be baited into making a bunch of Marines is to just not have the minerals for said Marines. Okay, well... to Reynor's credit, he's still in the game. Oh my god. He's lost 20,000 more minerals. But how many minerals has ByuN invested in command centers? 16. He's at 20. He's lost 2 of them. He's built 22. So that's 8,800 minerals of... No, it didn't even do the graph yet. He just dropped 12 mules. Yeah, that about describes how this game has gone for Ray. I don't know. I truly... I need to know. 964 links. Is it why? It worked, didn't it? But there were moments where it looked like his addiction, his orbital addiction, may actually be the death of him. But the first wave of blinding clouds, as Reynor pressed through all the tanks, and ByuN just didn't have the money to follow it up. Thankfully, though, there were like 4 more planetaries to get through, so there wasn't really a huge risk there, but... Okay, well, that's game 1. I will say, Reynor needed that high. I can't... Oh, God, that hurts so bad. The Zerg, I'm 1/3 Zerg myself, so I can empathize. Getting your lair, and then your infestation pit, and then your lurker den as you're building a hive sniped. Some players, especially in previous iterations of StarCraft 2, very likely would have GG'd at any of those moments. Just spontaneously. But Reynor dragged it out and almost brought it back. But, I mean, okay, well, here we go again. Also, the clear difference between the blinding clouds and not. The sheer efficiency of those tanks when they're able to actually shoot. I don't know. Beyond, like... I'm going to be very disappointed when ByuN gets TVT'd out of IEM Katowice. He's in the group of Terran. Maru, ByuN, Bunny, Hero Marine, and also Lambo are in the group. +1. So, I hope, like... I haven't seen too much ByuN TVT. I know he's good at it, but I do think, especially with Maru and Bunny are great at TVT. So there is a non-zero chance. I think it's close to 0, but there's a very real chance ByuN doesn't make it through the group. Which would be absolutely devastating. We'll see. I'm just making it dramatic. I think he's okay, but we'll see. Maybe big game. That's a lot of TVT. That's going to be a long day. By the way, anyways, you can't just... Okay, say some words. I'm going to get there, I promise. Like and subscribe. 3 Rex Reaper. This was the build that ByuN got nerfed. Not once, but twice. Those Reapers were nerfed. It wasn't explicitly because of ByuN, but there was only one player who was winning world championships with them. So... he doesn't seem to care, though. As, he still uses it. It's just not every game now. Oh, he gets a draw. Oh, that's not a good start. The Reapers, they originally... The grenade did 10 damage instead of 5. The cooldown was 7 seconds instead of 14. ByuN, originally, I believe the first nerf was to the damage, to which ByuN solved that by just building more Reapers. And then eventually the cooldown, which was enough to encourage him to do other things occasionally. But here we are. This map has a lot of space between the Reaper jump and the ramp you're able to work with here, and I think that's part of it. I also think that every once in a while ByuN just throws this in, just because also he's ByuN. Everyone knows he's the Reaper man, and they fear the Reaper man. So you gotta play this like once every couple weeks or so at least. Let's see. Okay, he loses his first Reaper. Speed is still a long way off. Oh my. There's a badly bruised queen, finally gets a transfuse. Once speed is done, things get a little more complicated, but even off creep, those Reapers are still able to dance. Brenda and the knitting crew, desperate. The third base, he's just gonna go for it. There's a lot of space and uncreeped here. Brenda! No! Get safe! I mean, you gotta do something. You can't let the Reapers kill the third. Especially since it's clearly not an all-in. There's a base behind it. Reynor knows this is not all-in. ByuN actually has more workers right now. Because, of course he does. Hand Steph Curry the ball. That's what I'm trying to say here. Give Gretzky the puck. Just let him go. Other sports ball references. Fill in here. Well, ByuN is just... Is he going medevac Reapers? This was the final iteration before the second nerf of ByuN's build. Was he's like, what if I know they heal, but what if they healed while they were healing? Okay, well, some grenades, but... Oh my god! Dance! Dance! Well... Did he lose any? How many? He's lost 1 Reaper. So no, he lost none in that fight. Grenade, more grenade. That one's a bit dicey. Ooh, on the outside, he bounces some of the Reapers back. Oh, but wait, reinforcements! Oh my god! 47 legs. Oh my god. There are 2 medevacs on the way. He's making a Marine. If only Stimpack worked on Reapers. We're on creep now. The Queen's... He's going quite deep here. He doesn't even have +1 on the way. We're about to get the medevac Reaper combo. ByuN just does what he wants. Reynor is the 2nd best Zerg player in the world. ByuN is over here, like, we're not sure if this is just a euthermal video or something. Yes, and then I used this unit that used to be good, but it got nerfed, so it's not. Oh, wait. He goes for the queens. The grenades force them, but the medevacs have arrived! Well, the queens are going to get some hits off on him, but... I heard you like healing, so I gave you healing so you can heal while you're healing. And then he... By the way, pro move, he just picks them up! The ultimate jetpack. Actual jets. They also heal while they're in the medevac, because technically they're out of combat, so... Fun fact. But once again, Reynor, while this has been a painful and amusing and frustrating exchange, Reynor's had 67 drones. He's got 4 bases, about to finish the 4th. He's looking pretty okay. It has been an incredibly frustrating exchange, but he's rolled with the punches and now finds himself, I think, in a pretty okay spot for counterattack. I'm upset at ByuN though. You can't just keep. He's gonna have 1-1. No, they're just building more command centers. Those are going to be upgraded Reapers. I bet they'll be alive for most of this game. Unless ByuN is outright losing, those Reapers will still be a part. They're not bad with the main army, of course. Like, well-placed grenades can really break up the banelings. Of course, they can also backfire. ByuN has the double-double. Stims onto the creep. At the same time, he sets a scan on the left flank. The Reapers are clearing. Surprise! Widowmine. Oh my god. Well, you see the aftermath there. Let's see. 34 Zerglings in total over the last few seconds. Well, it is now 91 Zerglings to a grand total of 8 Terran units. So far. ByuN picks up. What's even in there? He's got some Reapers. I told you. It's not a joke. I wasn't exaggerating. Everything is a Marine to ByuN. Marines, Reapers, it doesn't matter. They're all just Marines with different skins. And he treats them as such. Combat shield whips out the grenades, zones the Banes, but the vacuum stim for the Reapers is hurting. Yeah, that didn't go great. And the grenades were not enough to beat down that many. There's +1 Carapace as well, which is quite helpful. Ooh. 2-2's on the way. ByuN a huge upgrade. Well, +2 Carapace is coming up, but still going to be a significant upgrade advantage. I'm not going to go with huge, because it's not 2, it's 1, but... Oh, more Banes. The Reapers! Finally dead. Didn't last as long as I thought. Didn't even make it to 2-2. 10 minutes in, the Reapers died. Terrible. A few Widowmines on the high ground. Enough to stall out the attack. Reynor's maxed out. This is the best opportunity you're going to get. He does not have a hive on the way. Upgrades are nowhere close to finishing. The longer he waits, the more ByuN is going to have. He's not maxed out. Now, of course, Reynor doesn't know his supply exactly, but it's not going to get any easier from here for the Italian Stally. Widowmines on the front. Blunt the attack. Mostly diffused here. Just Marines. But those are 2-2. He doesn't want to get caught between a rock and a hard place. Going for the Overseer, gets it. That means no detection for the mines. And meanwhile, Zerglings from the back, but he holds the line! He holds! The Banelings are not enough! The Banelings are getting close, but the Hydras are forced to retreat as ByuN stands his ground and drives the Zerg back. He does not retreat. He does not panic. He eats a few hits, but not enough. Drilling Claw is about to complete another round of Banelings. The Hive on the way for Reynor. It is late. I feel like it... Oh, some Banelings try to come in on the mineral line. Kill 3 SCVs. ByuN can afford to lose those. For now. Quite a production line. He's building. He loves Marauders. Marauders are great. They break up. They got concussive to slow things down. A literal meat shield to protect his Marines. Marauders, just large Marines. A scan. Did he see? He sees the Hive. Oh, ho, ho. He sees almost the exact timing of the Hive. He knows that it's not going to be done. He has about a minute to a minute and a half before lurkers are a massive threat. So, I imagine he's going to be making the most of that minute. Now, up north, we have a massive... Well, Reynor has most of his units committed. Widowmine, unfortunate, gets a chunk. Hatch is dead. The Zerglings are not going to cut it. That ByuN always sends just enough that you can't just send one unit. You need Langs, Banes, and Hydras to dislodge this. He's continually... That's a spike in Reynor's side, not a thorn. He picks up, though. Where's he headed? To the main. Of course, Reynor already has some units there to intercept. That's nice, though. ByuN doesn't... he cares enough. Ooh, those Widow Mines are not burrowed in time, and the Lurkers. ByuN jumped the gun a bit onto the creep, and now the Lurkers are a real threat here. Loses some momentum. Seismic Spines, Lurker range, soon to complete. ByuN drops out. He's even burrowed a Widow Mine on that hatch location. The Lurkers. 1 Lurker is not enough for him to back off. 2 Lurkers, he's thinking about it. But some snipes line up, knock one down. He's trading on the edge of the range. +3 attack. ByuN's building 4 command centers. Stop it! Oh my god! Meanwhile, that Terran army comes back. There's only 2 Banes. That looks like target practice. Well, loses a couple. Here come the Vipers. But he knows enough army supply is pulled back that he doesn't have to worry too much. Alright, we're quickly passing double digits. Well, the Lurkers will burrow, but they don't have adaptive talons yet, so they take a moment. Snipes. Catch the Lurkers retreating. Able to get out of range of that snipe with the nerf. Before, if you could see it, the snipe would connect. It had unlimited range. So now they are able to scamper away. Of course, if they do scamper, that requires a decided amount of scampering that he's not really doing right now. Widow Mines make that attack a little more costly than he may have wanted. ByuN target fires the Banes with a planetary to maximum effect. We'll lose the planetary, but I'm going to go ahead and assume he has more command centers. He's at 8 right now. Looking a little light on the command center count, don't you think, ByuN? Oh, it's a Bane hit. The Lurkers, still a very real threat. One bad fight, and those Lurkers can shred through. This is usually, at this stage of the game... okay, well that was... The field runs red. Well fertilized. As those Widow Mines connect. Ghost Cloak about to complete. The Widow Mine to the north, denying the base. ByuN. The Lurkers are moving their way up. Oh, parasitic bombs. ByuN quarantines the medevacs. It doesn't stack, so when you quarantine them together, that's actually the most efficient way to handle it. The Lurkers just getting sniped. There isn't quite... I don't think there was the detection there. The Queens have finally dealt with the mine. Speaking of... oh, another shot. Helps to blunt the attack a bit. Oh, Banelings rolling in, but ByuN splits off a creep. The Ghost retreating. And, I mean, the Banelings are trying. the Ghost Cloak to deal with the counterattack. The SCVs are protected by an invisible wall. Oh, ByuN wandering up a little, but the Liberators are uncontested. And only the Vipers really have an opportunity to deal with it right now. Snipe interrupted. 8 SCVs go down, but ByuN still, the incomes. Ooh, like it keeps. We keep watching ByuN, but Reynor keeps consolidating really well. He's holding. It's a very flashy micro from ByuN, but the macro from Reynor is holding it down. Now, of course, he needs to refill that supply count right now. But a lot of bruised ghosts. Many of the expensive tech units have been removed. Reynor is struggling. He doesn't have any larvae. His queens were moved out of position earlier. Oh god, the ghosts. Yeah, the ghosts are actually just, like, they beat Hydras by just auto-attacking. Like, you don't need snipe. Those lurkers are in a precarious position. Because their attack actually does extra damage against light units, so... Well, this is an interesting way to get flanked here. Is there a scan? The lurkers aren't as dangerous as they originally looked like. Oh, they burrow, but a few snipes come through. Reinforcements where the medevacs are all dead. So, but snipes before the lurker spawns. Another set. Oh. Well, he's just kind of waving that rapid fire over everything here. The lurkers are kind of isolated. And now Reynor doesn't really have the money. This ghost ball is... It's just getting through everything. The Vipers are abandoned, and once you get in between the rally points, GG. How many command centers? He ends with 8, 9, one more on the way, going towards 10. I think he lost 3, so only 13 command centers. His CCPM, his command centers per minute, decidedly lower this game. It did seem a little more difficult because of that. Well, that was certainly... I feel like I'm doing a disservice to Reynor with how much we're watching essentially ByuN's perspective, except it's only the occasional counterattack. It's all ByuN all the time. He's always got something. And it's very... Against a Terran who's on top of that medevac micro, or I guess the opposite, I guess. I don't know how you describe it, but against a Terran who's really using those medevacs to their fullest, then it's very difficult to cost-effectively defend your bases. You rely on winning fights so hard to start that you don't have to fight the second part. Like, you don't have to figure out what's next. You won the fight with the lurkers, the banelings, the blinding cloud is another one. But ByuN always has another few tricks up his sleeve. He's an entire one-man show. And it looks like he makes magic happen. He made those Reapers. The Reapers were almost it. He's now up 2-0 against one of the top contenders, a fellow world champion. And in fact, Reynor is a much more recent world champion, I might add. 2021, if am I correct about that? 2021? 2-0? And as we reach the 3rd year of 2020, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the games. Been a long year. No, you can't just do it again. No, we nerfed this. It's already been dealt with. Guys. I don't know. I mean, it's great to watch. There's no better clickbait. At this point, I feel like I could get maybe even more views if I just put ByuN game and then just a number. ByuN game 4. Yes, very good. It's almost better because you don't. It's like a loot box. You know you're gonna get some ridiculous, almost overpowered-looking Terran micro, but you don't know exactly what. Might be Thors, might be Mech, might be Mass Reaper, Ghost Drops. What's it gonna be? He's just doing 3 Rags Reaper again. He's just doing it again. He won. I don't think the Reaper did... It looked very good, but it also delays everything else. This map isn't really better, maybe, because of the little... I don't know how much the map factors in, to be honest. I'm also wondering if that first game on Royal Blood, how much of that was like him continuing, because he was doing that against Dark as well, that late game mech switch. Very Brood War-esque, switching from Marines into mech. Though, it felt a little premature because he had so much momentum and he kind of just stopped attacking for a while to switch to mech. I don't know. We'll see. If he keeps doing it, at this point, I'm very much willing to just say, well, ByuN's doing it, so it's probably good. Maybe not for everyone else, but... Well, the Zerglings. ByuN only sends one oh, come on. This upsets me. I'm upset. This is upsetting. If you're not upset, you're a filthy Terran, so you're probably on the spectrum. We nerfed these! They're nerfed! He's gonna lose some Reapers, so... Reynor didn't do anything wrong. He got speed, he microed his queen, like... I don't know what to say. He just keeps going. I don't know if he's gonna kill him because the queen. Oh my god, there's no cream. There's so much space between the main and the net. The same as the ancient cistern. There's quite a distance between the Reaper cliff and the natural, where the Zerglings have to run, but the Reapers, of course, can just jump, so... I'll be honest, he's human! He's human! His mule dropped it, it wasn't mining for like 3 seconds. That's how they're training the AI to look like human. When I played Alpha Star, it made mistakes like that, because it was using like a virtual keyboard and mouse. It made very human mistakes, which was very creepy to play against, but it was still insanely good. So, have you ever seen Alpha Star and ByuN in the same room at the same time? Yeah. How about Max Packs? Is ByuN Max Packs? Well, this isn't good. Right? It's bad for ByuN. Yeah, the queens. Well, it's about as bad as it could be. Which is still pretty okay, I think. No, 11 Reapers for 11 Zerglings is not pretty okay. That actually was poor. That went poorly. Finally, the queens. We've had enough! Get off my lawn! That is so many Zerglings. Whoa, look at the worker count. Reynor threw... that's probably why ByuN thought he could stick around, as he didn't expect Reynor to just all in on Zerglings. But Reynor had enough. It's 41 to 33 workers. He's actually backstopping the depots with bunkers. And it's because Reynor cut workers so hard that he even was able to get that surround. So ByuN, despite losing all those Reapers, it only draws it a little closer to even, but ByuN still has a significant economic lead. Some of the Marines are getting stuck out. We have a third command center on the way, not too far behind. Reynor did not have a third hatch. or it was delayed or canceled, or he just didn't. One bunker. Salvaged. The other one still intact. I like that. I've had too much of Terrans who, the moment they think they're safe, salvaging the bunker to get back that SCV and a half of minerals. It's like, you give it some time. Don't do it. Thank you, ByuN. ByuN knows that 75 minerals aren't going to make or break this game, but a poorly timed Baneling bust might. Reynor does not have a lair, which means he's not going to have Baneling speed for a long time, which is a lot of time for ByuN with Stim Marines and Medevacs. Because without Baneling speed, all Reynor can do is run at the Marines and strongly suggest they don't come any further. There isn't even a Baneling nest, so that does make Baneling speed difficult. +1 is done. Oh my. Oh, the Marine count. The Medevacs are healing as best they can. Oh my. Just grinding through those +1 Marines. The Queens sponging up the damage, but yeah. I mean, 19 Marines died. They don't have combat shield. But ByuN is just keeping the pressure on because the best defense is a good offense. And ByuN has embodied that throughout this series. Well, 4 medevac tank push. Baneling speed just started. Oh, he did forget combat shield. Yeah, ByuN forgot combat shield. He's human. It's been over an hour, almost an hour in this series so far, so he's making it fair by making it so his Marines can get one shot by Banelings, which is very kind of him. After stimming, of course. That's the difference between combat shield and no combat shield. Oh, come, look at that little tank positioning there. The Terran Republic strikes again. They're so cozy. Oh. Sees the Zergling, sees no Baneling, says, oh. Still no combat shield. That will be the defining characteristic of this part of the game, I think. As I think ByuN, is this one of those games where you lose a fight and then realize, oh no. Because it's looking like it at this stage. Well, those tanks. Baneling speed isn't done. Baneling speed gives +5 HP to Banes. The tanks adding on to the damage. Yeah, without combat shield, I think this is breakable. 10 HP is a lot. 45 to 55 is a big difference. It looks like, I can't tell if it's a flank or not, but oh, the Banelings! Well, there was a moment to realize. He's gonna lose some queens back at home. Reynor battling, going for it. The Marines back it off. Oh, but taking so much damage from those Banes. The tank's still getting a whole lot done, but oh my god, the splits. Medevacs need to boost, or do they? Apparently not. It's just a challenge game, a no combat shield challenge. He starts 2-2. He hasn't noticed yet? ByuN still kills almost twice as many minerals. This is a classic pro gamer move, by the way. Probably the upgrade forgotten most in StarCraft 2 history is combat shield. It's one of those that sometimes you just don't notice until the moment you lose a fight. ByuN took quite a while here, but I doubt this happens often. He may have tried to queue it up with Stim and didn't quite have the resources. And now things are getting... I was about to say, now things are getting dicey, and then I glanced at the supply count, which looks significantly less dicey than my original intention with that sentence. $168 to $132. The army supply difference is massive right now. The upgrades are looking great. Whoop. Picks up. Eats a few more tank hits. But it is making it a little harder for ByuN to assert himself on the map with these squishier Marines. Oh, the Queens finally get at least one medevac as ByuN just flies directly over them. I don't know if he knew that base was there. Hive on the way for Reynor. Woo! Oh, the hatch died. Oh, that's not good. Meanwhile, the drop at the back. Combat shield is now done. Is there a Hydralisk done? There's a 50 supply lead for ByuN. The income, well, that's... I hope you invested in ByuN coin. Mule coin. It's free and automated. What? That doesn't sound safe or fair. Too bad. We don't mind connect. Oh my god. Well, we see the blood trail, as is often the case. I think Reynor saw just that much as well. A single Liberator, just something to draw attention away, especially Queens, which is the only limiting factor for these medevacs right now. There's no other anti-air. The Bio Army. Ooh, Banelings closing the distance somewhat. Another huge amount of Banes. It's just... Oh, no, my God! Oh, that... Yeah, I see what he was trying to do. ByuN's trolling now. That... You don't do that. That wasn't a real move. Oh, my God. The target fire into Slick Pickup. He put 4 or 5 Whittle Mines in the same spot. They just died of Bane, so obviously... The Whittle Mine drops keep the counterattack from ever materializing. It's so intuitive, the way he plays. Like, the moment he loses a fight, a Whittle Mine drop comes in. Whittle Mine drop gets cleaned up, he sets up for another fight. He knows that the Ling Bane army is a little bit too much to handle, sets up a strong drop, so Reynor might make a mistake in splitting his forces. It's a lot to keep up with, but... The Queens. He knows Reynor's gonna press for this. Let's go to the ByuN camp for a moment. Hold on. I don't know why it's in red. There. Sees the drop. Honestly, ByuN isn't particularly difficult to follow. The little micro tricks are tough, but of pro players, because you kind of can predict what he's going to do, it isn't like a huge surprise. Ooh, missed the target fire. I think he hit a Ling accidentally. He was surprised. He was confidently standing there. Like, I got this. Don't worry about it. Production. Still pressing. Whittle Mines. Knows that other drop, but he's prioritizing here. Gets out for now. Whatever. Didn't even bother with the drop of the bag. This is the priority. Still damage being done. Stims the Marines. Target fires a drone. Pulling back. Whittle Mines. Burrows again. Kills the Changelings. Keeps the supply up. Whittle Mine not going to connect, but it's mostly Marauders here. Whittle Mine burrows. Another shot. Eventually goes off. The Marauder's not particularly vulnerable to Banelings. I believe that was a bit of a select all army action there, but the Queens, there's 3 more command centers on the way. They're like, I am out of minerals. If only there was something I could do to get more minerals. Oh, wait. For a moment, it looked like Reynor may be able to consolidate his income and catch up in income overall. But that moment. How long is it? This is a long moment. Usually it updates faster than that. Does it not update? That's a very long... I don't know why that moment is so long, but... what the... It, like, lagged. They were checking to see if there were discrepancies. No, those are just mules. That's a weird one. I've never seen that. They were verifying the transactions. That's my Whittle Mine noise. How many Marauders? He's got 18 Marauders here. You see them. A few Ultras coming up, but the Marauders are not too much smaller than the Ultras nowadays. The Smultralisks. There's already ghosts in production. Oh my... Oh, come on. What a army ByuN. What a slick army he has there. The medevac. Ghosts are just fancy Marines, okay? They just have special, they have extra special armor and guns. Everything's a Marine to ByuN. Oh my god. Oh, come on. Be unbelievable. Ah. Get out of here. No, come on. But once again, this is 3 games in a row where it looked like ByuN had a decisive advantage, and now Reynor's maxed. I don't know how much of it is ByuN just having... It feels like ByuN's just having fun with it. Whereas Reynor is holding on by a series of very thin threads. But he can't help himself with this micro sometimes. He's already setting up for that extra late game, high-sec auto-tracking, building out. He's setting up... This is him preparing for Serral. He's using Reynor as a training mechanism to play against Serral. I know this is a pretty high-profile tournament, but it's no IEM Katowice. Shout out to AlphaX for putting on so many great tournaments. But he's like, all right, now this, when I finally play Serral, this will be good practice. Like... Because right now, Reynor is just... He's not keeping up. ByuN is keeping way too much momentum. It's 200 versus 200 supply, but this is some of the weakest 200 supply I have seen in these. All of these games have featured 200 supply of seemingly almost not nearly enough. Needs at least 100 more in there to really start breaking through ByuN. 7! No! No! You don't get 7 commands! You don't! Come on! 7! Hey, he's dropping all over. 7 command centers! It's 2,800 minerals of command centers! Command and conquer. He finished one, he built another. But he's walling off with command centers, the middle of the map. What is this? What are you doing? He's killing his own medevacs. There are too many You don't need medevacs. He's still got 80 SCVs. He's killing his own medevacs. He needs those SCVs to build command centers. Oh. Little Minds, that's a lot of Zerg. That's everything Reynor has brought to bear into... I don't know. I wonder what Reynor thinks right now. Like, it's working, kind of. It's funneling. He tries another hatch. A single drop deals with it. Loses 1 CC. Another burning. Couple lift. But the Marauders are going straight for the hatch. It's not going to be quite enough there. Vehicle, weapons, and plating finishing as he switches into mech. The army's following the drop. There's no built-in anti-air here for Reynor. He's building a planetary on a command center with 70 HP. Confidence. He's building 10 SCVs at a time! No! You have enough! That's too many! You don't need... ByuN is trolling the second best Zerg player in the world. I can't. There's no way he thinks this is the most optimum late game strat. Ah, my god. Well, here comes Reynor, rolling the banelings through to the command center alleys. Some ghosts will die, but the blue flame Hellbat's taking a lot of damage as the FPS drops because there's just too much stuff on the screen. The SCVs are long distance mining through the ultras. He loses 16, plummeting to still a very comfortable number. And the queens are all that's left behind. So the fight went okay for Reynor, but then the queens get chased down, and Reynor barely breaks that location. ByuN flies in 3 more CCs. Those aren't plus... Wait, are they plus 3? No, they're not plus 3. They don't one-shot Zerglings yet. And that is actually a big difference, as the Zerglings are able to do anything. Alright, well, oh my god, you saw the shadow? Well, am I gonna break the graph again? You know what? We're gonna give it a second. And you know what they say, a watched mule never mind. They don't say that. That's dumb. It clearly... Anyways, yeah. He's now got 4,500 income per minute of minerals, and also he has gas income. Reynor's still in the game. He hasn't gotten to the desperation fester phase yet. At some point, a Zerg against late game Terran, if you weren't able to get enough momentum, what happens is you have a bunch of gas, not nearly enough minerals, you build 3 infestors, they do nothing, and you're like, well, I tried. And it seems like we're quickly reaching that phase of the game here for Reynor. As ByuN. That's a blue flame Hellbat drop. Why did he didn't get plus 3? The Zerglings are still going to be not particularly great. There's just so much to... Oh my god. This is a camp... It's a co-op mission. It is. Look at this. No, how? 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 Ow. Look at it. Okay, blinding cloud maybe, but the EMPs, they're gone. No energy on the Vipers. Oh my god. The energy's gone. And the entire... You know what? No. One more time. Let me see that again. He got the planetary, though I think the siege tanks did more to that planetary. Well. Overall, the damage... ByuN somehow didn't friendly fire kill any of his own units there, which is quite a miracle. ByuN doesn't have that much, he hasn't built command centers for a while. That's why he has so many minerals. He may want to get back on that command center train, because he's gonna start, at this rate, he's gonna end up building Marines or Hellbats or something else that's just completely useless in the late game. And is a waste of money, unlike Zerglings. Or Queens. Two more. Come on, ByuN. You can do better than that. As he spread... Oh, well, the TPM raises, but... Only 2? Is he at... He's at 15, 18. How many has he lost? Like 3? Oh, come on. Just a Ven Quadra scan. He just scans the whole map. Because why not? He's got 14 orbitals. He can scan like 3 times at all times. Oh, Liberator. These bases are mining, but ByuN is set aside. Why are you... He's scanning for burrowed infestors. The only thing right now that might be able to deal with this is if he knurls a ghost and EMPs the ghost. Speaking of EMP, the Vipers, now paperweights. Oh, no. That's... no. Reynor doesn't even need to see the conclusion of that fight. That is 200 supply of Zerg army right there. He's beyond. Reynor is equal. He's actually ahead on army supply. This is clearly not the fight. I don't know. Well. That series both felt epic and also maybe twice as long as it needed to be, as in at least 2 of the games, ByuN decided to try out his late game strat instead of pressing the issue. But aren't we glad for it? God. Was this the record? Was this more than game 1? We got 17, 19... And he lost how many? He lost 4. So 23 command centers. Nearly 1 CCPM. Wow. Well. Thank you for watching. Thank you, AlphaX, for bringing us this. ByuN, certainly with a command and conquer based strategy. I'm very much looking forward to I Am Katowice. I hope you are as well, and I hope to see you next time. I hope I made your day a little bit better, and I hope you watched this video Jimmy picked out for you. Thank you for watching. Good luck. Have fun. Stay chill.